guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are creating this banner in Photoshop. Without wasting more time, let's jump straight into today's tutorial. This is the main screenshot of the entire work that I created in Photoshop, and this is the main project right over here. So quickly let's turn off the screenshot. Okay, so to create this artboard, what you have to do is to go to Files, select New, and as you always know, I use 1080 by 1080. Please just give it a name, set the resolution to 72, maintain the default settings right over here, and click on Create. Okay, so after creating your artboard, what you have to do next is to open the main project. Guys, I'll leave the link in the description box for you, so make sure you go there and download it. Import these images on top of your artboard. So after importing these images on top of your artboard, what you have to do is to create a layer mask for this particular one. For this one, after creating the layer mask, what you have to do is to go for the brush to set the foreground color to black. After merging them, what you have to do is to introduce a gradient fill. So to get the gradient fill, what you have to do is to go to the adjustment panel, select the gradient, and guys, you are good to go. So after selecting gradient, what you see is to double click on the gradient, select pink rather. After choosing pink folder, select this pink color right over here. When you're done, click on OK and change the angle to 34.21. Set the scale to 100%, and guys, you are good to go. So after that, what you have to do is to set the blending mode to color. After setting it to color, that is it for the gradient. The next thing that I did was to import my layers. With the adjustment that I added a smart filter for each of the layers. So with the smart filter, as you can see, camera raw filters for each of them. After that, I created a layer mask for each of them and erased these parts or the bottom part from that place. So let's open the camera raw filter and see what I did there. Okay, so quickly let's open basics and see something. So with the basics, I set the contrast to 22, the highlight to 12, the shadows to 8, minus 8, the white to 18, and the clarity to 21, vibrance to 25. What I did next was to add color mixer. So with the color mixer, I selected the red, I set the hue plus 5, the saturation is plus 28, and the luminance is set to 0. After that, I chose the orange, I set the hue to plus 5, the saturation to plus 21. So that is it. So after applying the camera raw effect to the images right over here, what I did next is to create a screenshot of the entire work that I created. After creating a screenshot of the entire work that I created, I went to filter and selected camera raw filter and added some adjustments to it as I did earlier on. After adding the adjustments with the camera raw filter, what I did next was to add vibrance and brightness to the image. So as you can see, the vibrance is set to 13 and the brightness is set to 5. Liverpool logo right here, as you can see, is in black. So what I did was to go to the effects section and create gradient overlay for the logo. That is why you can see this right over here. So as you can see, with the gradient overlay, the angle is set to 47 degrees, and I chose this particular color which is best for, or which matches my work. That is why I chose this particular gradient. When you're done, click on OK. So the next thing that I did was to type in the text. So after typing the Liverpool, what I did next was to add effects to it. First is the emboss. So the depth is at 100%, the star is at inner blur, the technique is at smooth, and the size is at 32, the something is at 4, and that is it, guys. So the next thing that I did was to add contour. With the contour, what I did was to choose this particular contour, was to create my own contour. After creating the contour, what I did next was to go to the gradient overlay, to choose my color, set the gradient to -105, the opacity is at 100, and that is it for the gradient overlay. So with the drop shadow, what I did was to set the opacity to 57, the angle to 87, the distance to 20, the spread to 25, the size to 21, and guys, that is it. So the next thing that I did was to create a reflection of the Liverpool and blend it to this background image. So after typing the text, what I did was to convert the text to a smart object. After converting the text to a smart object, layer section, as you can see with the layers, I created a layer for it, and I chose this gradient tool. After choosing the gradient tool, what I did was to select the basics and choose the black and transparent. After selecting the black and transparent, I clicked on OK, and then I started erasing some parts of the Liverpool shadow right under the main one. So that is it. That is what I did. After that, the next thing that I did was to add the text to the poster. So I added all these texts to the poster. After adding the text, what I did next was to add effects to it. So as you can see, with this one, I added a gradient overlay. With the second text, I also added a gradient overlay. With the third text too, I added a gradient overlay. With the fourth text too, I added a gradient overlay. And with the fifth text, I also added a gradient overlay. Gradient overlay and drop shadow. So let's look at this right now. So with the gradient overlay, the color is set to this particular gradient, the angle is set to 158, and with the drop shadow, the color is set to this dark wine color. The opacity is at 62%, the angle is at 87 degrees, and the distance is at 0, the spread is at 13, the size is at 6. So guys, that is it. After adding effects to the text, what I did was to create a screenshot of the entire work in Photoshop. So that is what I did. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time in my next video. Make sure you subscribe, like and share this video.